Hi guys, so in this video I'd like to talk a bit about outsourcing your orders from Fiverr. So I have done that and it's definitely possible and you can do that too, and I hope it works for you as well. So this only really makes sense if you have 20 plus orders in queue all the time, or if you get like 3 to 5 new orders per day. And there's this platform, it's called Upwork. I think previously it was Odesk. And or you could also use Elance, but I think they even joined, so it doesn't really matter. So I opened up this job offer. And yeah, as you can see, I said I need a logo designer who can design 2 to 5 simple logos a day. And I'm offering $350 per logo, which isn't a lot, of course, but you know, in some parts of the world it's still not that low, and he can earn up to $17 per day, which isn't bad. You know, I created at some point in my life, I created ebook covers for $4 on Fiverr, and that was it. I didn't even sell a lot of gig extras or something like that. So for a person who doesn't have a huge portfolio or doesn't have a lot of reference work or something, it's probably cool for that person to expand their portfolio a bit and just get a bit of experience in the job. So yeah, so I said I am offering $350 per logo. And what is really important, I also need the source files in case I need to change anything, because of course it won't be perfect every time. Not every logo will be super cool or something. So we will need the source files, and that's very important, not only to make changes, but also if you want to sell, for example, some gig extras, because that's the only way how we can make profit here. Because otherwise, if you get $4 from Fiverr and you give him $350, then of course our profit is 50 cents, and that's not a lot. So we need the source files to sell some gig extras to make real profit here. So we could sell the source files itself, or we could create other files from it, like for example print quality files and logo mockups and stuff like that. So we definitely need the source files. Now, of course, this doesn't always work with all types of services. For example, it won't work with voiceovers, of course. It won't work with blog content, because what do you want to sell as gig extras? There's not much room for profit on your side. So I think maybe it only works with logo design, maybe with ebook cover design, if you're if you have a good idea what you could sell as a gig extra. But it works pretty well with logo designs. So yeah, I said I offer $350 per logo, and I want the source files. Now, I got a bunch of applications, actually, I think 15 or something. But I have to be honest, most of them weren't that good. And of course, you are looking for somebody who can maybe create these types of design works as good as you, or better. So, but I found somebody, and he was pretty good. And he was a pretty nice guy from Bangladesh, I think. And he said, yeah, I can do this job. And I started working with him. Of course, you also want to check the delivery time, because this only really works if you have a delivery time of, say, 5 days plus. So a minimum of 5 days, because there will be some back and forth. And if if you need to communicate with your freelancer and with the client and stuff like that. It can take a few days, and don't set it to 3 days or something, because this can get you into trouble. So I think 5 days is the minimum if you're having a third person involved in one project. So, all right. And once the job is done and the client is happy, you can pay your freelancer also here over Upwork. Now I won't show you everything because it's pretty self-explaining, and you will find other tutorials about working with Upwork, but it's pretty easy actually. You just post a job offer and you will get a lot of applications pretty soon. So, all right. So how I did this was I used Wunderlist to do this. Now Wunderlist is just a simple and beautiful task manager. And what I did is I just created a new list, a task list, and I called it logo design. Doesn't really matter. And here you can invite somebody to that list. And I typed in the email address of my freelancer, and so he could join this list, and all the tasks that are in this list he will see as well. So I won't do that now, but you can do that. And what I did is every time I got a new order, I just created a new task in this list. So I opened up this order here from Lucy we already completed, and I will just copy this order number and I will create a new task. Now I will set a due date, and it's probably good to set it like 1 or 2 days before the actual deadline of the Fiverr order, so you have some time to fix some stuff if you have to, if the logo doesn't look as you want, or you can change some things. So I will just select a random date here and I will click enter. Now your freelancer will see that task as well, and he can click on it. And what I will do is now I will just copy all of that stuff, including my own instructions here, and I will copy it to that note here in the task. So this note is now attached on that task. So when your freelancer goes in here, he will see that that new task, and he will click on it, and he will see exactly what he needs to do. Of course, you have to explain all of that beforehand, what you are expecting and what all of that means. But once your freelancer understands that, and after a few orders, he will be really good at this. And it's really simple. So once he's finished, he can just attach a file here. He can just attach the source files or whatever service you're outsourcing. You can even attach a Dropbox file. And once he's done, he can also rename it and say #done. And that's a pretty efficient way of organizing all these orders. So you can just search for orders that are done. And of course, now this one is showing up. So if you have like 30 orders in here, it's a great way to keep track of all the orders and their status, if they're completed or if they are not. And it's a pretty efficient way of doing this. I really can only recommend it. Of course, it's not the only way, or the maybe not the best way. I don't know. It's my way. And yeah, I hope this works for you as well. And so let me know what you think of this. If you have any questions regarding Wunderlist or Upwork or Fiverr, please write me a message. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And thanks. Bye.